Hi, everybody. Oh, Rosie. Already. She's barking. Already. We haven't even started yet. Rosie, honey. Rosie, honey. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. It's all right. It's only me. All right, sweetheart. Good girl. Oh. Well, I think everybody in the UK is probably watching the Eurovision. But I haven't watched the Eurovision since I can't remember when. So, oh, hi, Nathan. I thought you'd have been watching Eurovision. To see whether that long-haired bloke wins. Hi, Trudy. Hi, Denise. Well, I'm a moany old bugger tonight. Hi, Sandra. Hi, June. Hi, Esther. The weather has been glorious and gorgeous today, Esther. Hi, Nancy. Oh, you just popped on, Nathan, but you're still watching, I presume, yeah? Can I donate my bag back to somebody, please? Because I've had enough of it today. It is driving me bonkers. I'm sure it's those sofas in the other room. But hi, Chris. Hi, Ella. Hi, Trudy, if I haven't said it already. So I can't take painkillers because if I take painkillers, I probably nod off. So I'm just going to grumble. I'm just going to be a moany old, what's it called? Moany old something. Moany old dog. Yeah, that's what I've got my coffee. Why have I got a mark on that side? I don't drink out the other side of the cup. Who knows? Oh, that sofa. They think it's so comfy. And it just, I've tried reclining it. I've tried cushions behind me back. But the thing is, with the pup, you have to watch her because if you don't see her tell, she'll piddle on the floor. So I don't see her tell when I'm in here. Yeah. Lydia, I forgot the main part. I forgot to show me hanging baskets, which I got for Mother's Day. And they are gorgeous. So what did I do? Filmed everything else, but not the hanging baskets. I'm just useless. Hiya, Joan. Yeah, I'm having a flare-up. Even my hands are sore today. My arms are sore. Everything is sore. Nathan is convinced I've got fibromyalgia. He's been convinced of that for years. But what is she doing now? She's snorting. But my doctor, when I was at the other place, I've not seen a doctor here yet. He said, "Oh, it's so difficult to diagnose. You may have it, you may not. It may be just your arthritis." So I don't know whether I've got fibromyalgia or I haven't. Self-diagnosis, which is always dangerous, isn't it? And Googling is even more dangerous, isn't it? Oh, Lydia, I wish somebody had come and helped me with that shed. It's getting me down. It really is getting me down. I am in desperate need of a web page, and all people keep doing is sending me links saying, "Oh, it's so easy. Go to so and so and such a thing, and it's so easy to do your own web page." I can't do it. I'm dumb. I'll hold my hand up. I'm dumb with anything technological. So, hi, Amelia. Yeah, I'm having a flare. It's all my fingers are hurting and are sore. Yeah, they are a bit swollen if you can see them. Well, that bit's not swollen as you can see by all the scabby skin. But, if you look at my finger knuckles are swollen, all the knuckles there. It's mostly on one hand. It's not too bad on that hand. It's mostly on my left hand. And when they flare, they flare. Mine's just arthritis, as far as I know. It's not any specific kind of arthritis. It's just arthritis. It's not that one that, is it rheumatoid arthritis? I don't think it's that. I think it's just arthritis. But all my fingers hurt. It's like toothache, isn't it, when they start? Oh my God, I've got hiccups now. I'm a moany old sod today. I don't usually whine or moan. I'm usually one of those who puts up with everything, but today's getting me. I shouldn't do that because it hurts me hand. It might be from stress, the stress of these two. Rosie's like super glue. She won't leave my side. And Trixie is just being a little kid. I should have a record on a loop saying, Trixie, get off the garden. Trixie, get off the garden. My daughter-in-law's going to go bonkers when she comes back from her holidays because she's digging up everything. She's dug up the plants. She's dug up the seeds. CBD oil. I did have some CBD oil at one time because I've got something weird on my ankle. No, I haven't put any. I tried to put a heat pad on it tonight. You know, one of those stick-on heat pads, but they've gone a bit weird. I'd had them too long. So I need to get some more. I'm sure I've got a load somewhere, but where they are, I don't know. I need to have a good look round. It's like a lot of things. I was looking for my compression gloves. I've got my compression gloves, but I have no idea where they are. My son reminded me that I had them, but I don't know where they are. I've got the little cheapo ones, but that's not the ones I want. I've got some grey ones that are really sort of solid. And he reminded me because he had one on the other day. Because he's got the curse of the family, which is like, but these are just the cheapy things, and they're not much good. I need to get myself some more of the others if I can't find them. If I order some more, I'm going to find them, aren't I? Immediately I will find them. But I suppose I could put this on. Oh, this one, I've got my thumb thing on. It's got a pad thing there. I'll put my glove over the top. Who knows? It might help a bit, even though they're a bit rubbishy, these. They're just cheap things. They're falling apart, as you can see. It's got a hole. I look like I'm about to start an operation, don't I? But I want to do some crocheting. I can't do sitting here doing nothing. I started the sleeve. Well, I started it in the garden. I have to keep putting it down because it hurts. You know when you want to do something and you have to keep stopping and putting it down because your fingers hurt? It's so annoying. It's like the brain's willing to go on with it and your fingers are going, oh, no, you're not. Not tonight. Now I've got strange happenings with me wool. That's what I'm crocheting from, the middle. And I've got a weirdy bit there. Ugh. Don't you just love it when things don't go to plan? Right. Oh, I don't like these gloves. Don't like them. Painful or not, they're going to have to come off. Right, let's get that out of there. I know where my gloves are. They're in one of my project bags. And I've looked and looked, but I don't know where they are. I even took my little basket apart today because I thought maybe it's gone to the bottom. But I shall have to take the cupboard apart now and look for it there. Oh, don't you hate it when you get yourself in a knot up? What is happening here? It was all right on the night. When I was outside, I didn't have this problem. Oh, thank you, Amelia. It's only from eBay. Nothing spectacular, you know. If a burglar came in looking for gold, yeah. Oh, right, well, I'll wind it round like that. Oh my hell. I tried to keep the cords all separate. I can't do with these, they're too tight. I know they're supposed to be tight and that's what they're supposed to be doing, but no, that's too tight. It's better. Right, I'm going to try my crocheting. If it gets too bad, and as you can see, I might have to draw the curtains in a bit because it was too light to draw the curtains. But now all my neighbours are probably wondering what on earth I'm doing, talking to myself on here. Yeah. But I'm getting no sleep, so that's not helping. The dogs don't go to sleep with me until about 1:30. They go to sleep with them dead early, but no, with me, they're not going to sleep till about 1:30. And then they have me up about 5:30, 5:45, yeah? So I'm like, oh. And they're saying, don't feed Trixie until she's been and had a wee, otherwise she'll have a wee. So you're half asleep, trying to find the back door, trying to find the door to open to let her out. Will she do a wee? No, she won't, because she's a greedy little piggle and she wants a breakfast. So I'm like that at the counter putting the breakfast out. Rosie doesn't want to eat hers. She never does. She must be on a hunger strike or something. And Trixie wants to eat everything in sight. She doesn't seem to have that stop. You know, she's got that, you know, that Prader-Willi syndrome, is it called? Where they don't know they're full, yeah. Yeah, I know, she does wear some lovely necklaces, Prue, doesn't she? Hello, Ethan. She does. I always look at everybody's necklaces on telly. And I'm like, oh, I like that necklace. Oh. Mine is some of them, honestly. You know, if you get a designer necklaces, they don't look any different really to these. I mean, H&M had some clothes that were designed by Iris Apfel. You know, the lady who wears those great big owl glasses. And I follow a lady called Alternative Aging on YouTube. And I follow her because she does all loads of fashion and stuff. I mean, she's obviously got, oh God, I've got an auto sleep already. She obviously got loads of money because she like has Zara and all these. But because she's on YouTube and because she's got like a big following, she does get a lot of dresses donated to her. And she was wearing a necklace from Iris Apfel. And it was very much like the one I've got on, but it was all in bright green, yeah. So she was, so I thought, well, I'm on trend. Not that I could afford any of the clothes. Yeah, I'm not used to these two because I don't do any of the maintenance with them, do I? You know, I just say hello to them and let everybody else does all the work with them. So this is the first time I've had to sort of look after them, if you know what I mean. And I'm just not used to this early morning jazz. They're saying, oh, they'll go back to sleep. And I'm trying to get back to sleep going, please lie down, please. And Trixie can't get on the bed on her own. So she keeps getting off the bed and then she whines and I have to get out of bed. Pick her up and put her on the bed. And then 2 minutes later, because Rosie's jumped off the bed, she jumps off the bed. And then it's like, here we go again. Then she's whining to get back on and I'm like, will you go to sleep? I want to go to sleep. So I think I'm getting about 4 hours sleep, which is why I've got these huge bags under the eyes. So they come back on Tuesday, but then they go off again. They go off again on, oh, where are they going next? Let me have a look. Where are they going next? I've got my list of where they are and where they're going. Oh, they're going to a festival and a wedding. But they're only going for 4 days there. Yeah. I thought Rosie would be the difficult one because she's very much attached to my daughter-in-law. But she has been an absolute little joy. But Trixie's been a pain in the neck, yeah. You'd have to pay the college. No, you have to pay their vet bills. Trixie's vet bills have been, oh, she's been a very expensive girl so far. You know, I think we'd have been better off having a child, you know, and having another dog. Still, she's here. But Rosie is so loving. She's really a loving dog. She wants cuddles. She wants to be, you know, be with you. She's the rescue dog. She never used to be. She's just sort of coming around to me now. Before she was my daughter-in-law's dog, she didn't want anything to do with me. But now, man, it's Hobson's choice, isn't it? She's only got me. But I haven't been out because I didn't want to desert them and go out and leave them because they've not been left without their parents before. So I wanted them to feel secure that I'm always here. But so I got my order from Mazda today. Got myself some goodies. They left me some stuff in the freezer and some stuff I'd bought myself from the freezer. But you know what it's like, and you think, but I'm really cross with Asda because they didn't deliver me bread. But I did have some bread rolls that they delivered, but they were supposed to be a loaf. But I'm not bothered ringing them up and that, you know. Because all they'll do is give you credit for a loaf, and it wasn't that much money. But there I was. Oh, hi, Connie. When you've done your stuff, can you come and sort mine out? I mean, I couldn't have even attempted the shed today because my back, I was huffing and puffing. If you watch my video, I couldn't even get off the sun lounger. I was really struggling to get off that lounger. My son had said, don't sit on it when the cushion's not there because you won't get off it. And he was right. I could not get off it. I did manage to water the garden tonight because it was looking desperately dry. I don't want any more flowers dying. I think Trix has eaten half of them. But I've never known a dog eat compost. You know, potting compost. That's what Trixie keeps eating, potting compost. I mean, why would a dog want to eat potting compost? Oh. And Rosie keeps eating stones. You know, there's going to be vet bills. They're going to be, one's going to be full of soil and the other one's going to be full of stones. Hey. Well, I've got my heat pad on my back, so that's why I'm not whinging at the minute. I've got my other heat pad hanging there for when this one goes cold. A mineral deficiency, I don't know what. No, she's just a greedy little piggle. She eats anything. I mean, Rosie came in this morning with, she'd eaten a Sharpie pen, half of a Sharpie pen. I don't know whether it's done her any harm or not, but one of these. It was all, she'd eaten all the end. So that's ink, isn't it? You've got the COVID. I'm not surprised, John, because you wouldn't have any injections. So that's why you've got it, because you didn't have your jabs. I've got another call up for my fourth jab, but this time it's local, so I can go. Yeah, dirt and chalk, a mineral deficiency. I used to eat worms when I was little. What was that telling me? Well, it was just after the war when there was a shortage of food. Yeah, you will be. That's how it affects most people, John. It's not. Some people are not ill at all, except they're just tired. I was tired after my second COVID injection. It only lasted a couple of days, but I was really tired. Yeah. I went for my eye scan on Tuesday, but I won't know anything until I see the doctor on the 21st. So is it next weekend? Yeah, I might be able to tell you something next week on the live. I've been taking advantage of everybody being missing to make me videos. I feel like I'm back in the swing when they're not here. I know they wouldn't bother if I was making them, but I just feel more self-conscious, I feel like I can't be myself. How long will you be tired from it? How long's a piece of string, John? Some people get over it in a couple of weeks, and other people it takes them months. Yeah, I only had. I've not had any side effects from any of my injections. As I say, I just went very, very tired after my second one. But I didn't feel ill or anything, and I didn't have sore arms or any kind of other, side effects. But John, it could be ages. I mean, some people get what they call long COVID, which gives them a cough that lasts for ages. But that's me being pessimistic. It might not happen to you. I've had a cough since I've had the COVID, but I don't think it's from long COVID. I think I just had a cough anyway. When I had my COVID, it was right at the very beginning. Way back in 2019, I had COVID. I was ill in my bed for nearly 3 weeks. And then I was ill for about 3 months after. So I think that's why I've never caught it again. I think I had it so bad. I've got immunity. Well, they do say your immunity doesn't last long, don't they? But touching wood, I have not caught it again. And hopefully I won't. Yeah. Oh, God, I was so ill, Denise. I really was ill. I've not been that ill for a long, long time. That was when I decided to move because I wasn't saying I was lying there. Excuse me. I wasn't lying there thinking I was imminently going to pass away, but it did get me thinking about my future. When I was laying in bed, when you lay in bed for 3 weeks, you've got a lot of thinking to do. I remember thinking, my God, I could be stuck like this, and because nobody could come in because of the COVID. I mean, my niece was an absolute star. She was bringing food, and not that I was eating, but she was bringing drinks and things and leaving them in the porch because she was terrified of getting it, and she got it anyway. But she didn't get it from me; she got it from school because she's a head teacher. So, oh gosh, I was worried about me, Denise, let alone anybody else. It's the only time I think I thought I wasn't immortal. I did get worried. I really did get worried that time. I mean, I've gone through major ops and all sorts of things, yeah. No, I haven't yet. Between her not being able to go when it's a school, she wants to arrange it when she's on half term, because of school and stuff. And I've got all these dates when they're going to be missing. The family are going to be missing. I've got a whole, as you can see, I've got a whole list of days they're missing. I'll be all right in June. No, I'm not all right in June. 2 days they're going away. I'm all right in July. There's nothing happening in July. But August, they're going away 3 times. So, oh, Johnny D. So August is out of the question. But my son's almost finished the camper van now. You can see part of it through the window there, the white vehicle. You can see it. So they should be going away weekends, but they will be taking the dogs with them when they go away weekends, I hope. So then I can, well, for what few weekends I've got, hopefully. He went to the forest for 2 weeks. Nibbler's soul, he took Nibbler's soul back to the woods. Oh, bless. Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? I still got Buster. He's still on the cupboard there. Right, your sister-in-law passed away. Oh my goodness, that's awful, Denisha. Oh, you took Monster to the beauty parlour. We call it the dog groomers. You call it the beauty parlour. You've not had any of your injections, John, which is, worrying, really. You should have had your injections anyway, not have caught it. I'm keeping Buster. I said I want Buster to go with me because I'll be cremated when I go, so I want Buster with me. Arian says, well, where do you want to go? I said, I haven't made my mind up yet. He says, do you want to be buried at, scattered at sea? I said, well, no, not really. No, they build up your immunity, John, the injections. I firmly believe that. That you build your own immunity. The injection just gives you the sort of kickstart for your body to work in, itself, yeah. It's not the actual injection, I don't think, that keeps the COVID away. It's your own immunity. I'm just hoping my immunity is wonderful and I don't get it again. You see my elephants, all my elephants here. My friend June got me that elephant. I love elephants. And my son and daughter-in-law got me the 3 elephants for Christmas. The ones with well, that's the little one. It's all glittery. It's supposed to be good luck if the elephant's trunk goes upwards. That's the smallest one. I've got three of them. So, there they are. Yeah. The heat's working on my back. I'm just waiting while the heat goes down. At least I've not had to have the fire on today. It's been lovely out there. It's going colder now. I've left the door open for the doggos. Oh, Trixie's just broke wind. She's worse than any man after a night out on the beer. She's got a terrible bottom. Really bad. Apparently they're renowned for it. Nathan said that. It's not nice in here. I need an air freshener or a candle. I'm going to have to draw the curtains in a bit. Feeling a little self-conscious sitting here. Yeah, the Asda man came. Luckily, the dogs were in here with me, so I managed to sneak out quick and shut the door. They don't bite or anything like that. Rosie barks her head off, but the main thing with Rosie is if she ran off, I wouldn't be able to catch her. She's chipped and everything, but even so. And she'd be halfway to Blackpool before anybody could stop her. So I don't want to be responsible for... Trixie wouldn't run far. She just goes to the end of the driveway and stops. But Rosie be off, off like a rocket. So I had to shut her in here. She didn't like it, but she's got herself a new place where she likes to sit now. Because of, the way it is, I normally shut my bedroom door so that they don't go in there. But I've just left all the doors open. So Rosie's new place now is she sleeps on my bed. Oh, Miguel's got 700 subscribers. Whoopie-doo! I remember when you made that channel, Miguel, you said, oh, I won't get many subscribers. Well, that just proves you wrong, doesn't it? I keep getting people, spammers, leaving very rude comments on my YouTube videos. They're all like links to pornography. As soon as I see them, I take them off. But I keep reporting them. I mean, why do they think, why people want links to pornographical sites? Oh, you have a runner as well. Oh, we don't let Rosie off the lead. She gets distracted and she will not come back. Oh, I know, Shad. It was awful when I lost Buster. I know it's a long time since I lost him, but oh my God, it was awful. So I know it's a member of the family, isn't it? People say, oh, it's just a dog. Or they say stupid, like, you can get another one. No, you can't. You can't replace the one you've just lost. It's like if you lost your brother or your sister, oh, you can go and get another one. No, you can't. It's the same with a dog or a cat even. I was heartbroken when I lost the cat. I mean, they're a part of you for so long, aren't they, that, you just can't just dismiss them like they didn't exist. I mean, I must admit I didn't get attached to a goldfish or the white mice. But anything, that's got sort of like a personality. I mean, my Buster had a fantastic personality. He was very intuitive. I used to talk away to him. And he used to cock his head on one side, like as if he understood me. I mean, he was probably thinking, I wish this blooming mother would shut up. But he never did, Buster, Gigi never used to listen to me. He used to just go to sleep when I started chatting to him. Well, we hummed and hawed. We didn't get a dog to replace Poppy. We already got Rosie. We got Rosie to be a companion dog to Poppy. But sadly, as it turned out, more or less as soon as we got Rosie, Poppy passed away, if you remember. But we didn't do that intentionally. We never got Rosie. to take the place of Poppy. And how come we got stuck with, that's my daughter-in-law's fault, we got stuck with the pug. She went to her friends, and their French bulldog had just had puppies. She fell in love with Trixie, and that's how come we got Trixie. I thought we'd get another Rottweiler, to be quite honest, or another big dog. Didn't think we'd get. She's harder work than anything, this one. Oh, somebody sending me a massage. Oh, I could just do a good massage right now. Oh, let's see if anybody's sending me a nice message. Right, oh God, I forget it goes dark. Right, what does it say? Oh, that's about, somebody wants to know there's a good wallpaper bloke. Creations by Jax, a 2-year podiversary, whoever Jax is. Oh, somebody enjoyed my video. Oh, it's Lydia. Thank you, Lydia. June shared Manchester Evening News. Oh, 12-year-old dog looking for a home. Oh, bless. The guy I watched that looks after the old and the poorly chihuahuas, he looks like he's going to be losing another of his dogs. It's very poorly at the minute. It's heartbreaking to watch him because he loses so many of his dogs. But he only takes them when nobody else will have them. So it's kind of inevitable that he's going to lose a few, isn't it? But it's still heartbreaking, and he breaks his heart over everyone. I think he's got about 26 of them now. They're all chihuahuas. But as I say, he takes on the ones that have got diabetes, the ones that have fits. He's got 2 that have only got 2 legs at the front, and he's got some with heart murmurs, some with abscesses on the teeth and that, and he sorts them all out as best as he can. The guy's a saint. Most people would say, oh, just euthanize it because it's poorly or something, but he gives them all a chance, that's all I can say. I think I couldn't do that. My friend said she'd like to do that, taking elderly dogs and look after them. I couldn't do that, it'd be too heartbreaking. Yeah, the videos of Angel, he was really upset, wasn't he? She's still around. She's not passed away yet. I mean, he does his absolute best. He takes them all to specialist vets and everything. He tries his hardest with them. Yeah, but I couldn't do it. I'd be sobbing all the time. I just couldn't do it. I know my limits. I'm going to draw these curtains in a minute and put the big light on, as Peter Kay would say. Those of you in America don't know who Peter Kay is. What's the name of his channel? It's Big Guys and Little... Oh, Chris will tell you. He's a really big guy, He used to wrestle, I think, or something. Yeah. He started looking after chihuahuas and that after his marriage broke down. Before that, he'd always had huge dogs. But he got into the chihuahuas by accident. He got asked by a friend to look after one while she was in hospital or ill or something. And he found out he really liked chihuahuas. And after that, he just kept getting more and more and more, yeah. Yeah. Some of your videos come up, Miguel, and it says Miguel is live or something. And then when I go to them, it says these videos are private. So I can't see your live ones. I can see your normal videos, don't worry about that. But it's just when it says Miguel is live, I can't see them. Yeah. Oh, there you are. Chris has put a link up. What would we do without you, Chris? Well, I don't know what we would do. Oh, what you cooking, Chris? Let us know what's on the menu. Well, that's probably why I can't see them then. No, it flashes up. Who knows he's live? So I click on it and it says, this video is private. Oh, some of his videos are heartbreaking, Denise. You need a box of tissues. I'm supposed to be increasing every third row, and I don't think I can count to 3 today. And I've not taken any painkillers. If I took painkillers, I definitely wouldn't be able to count to 3. Right, if nobody minds, I'm going to just draw my curtains. Oh, this should be fun, shouldn't it? Every picture tells a story. You have to be subscribed to see live when I'm live. Well, I am subscribed to you, Miguel. Funny, isn't it? Unless it tells me late that you're live after you're not live anymore, if you know what I mean. But usually when it says you're live, the people are live, yeah. Perhaps you flash on and off. Oh, don't get excited, Trixie. I'm not moving anywhere. I'm only drawing the curtains, darling. I'm not going anywhere else. Oh, I need to water my plants on the window bottom. Oh, see what I mean? I'm an old bee today. Oh. Oh, Rosie's asleep on my sofa. Rosie's asleep on the sofa. She's never usually far from me. Ooh. Maybe I should write 1 to 3 on a bit of paper because I'm not with it tonight. No, I didn't dare take painkillers because I would have just been nodding off and yawning and saying I've got to go now. I'm terrible after strong painkillers. That's why I don't like taking them. Well, you can't nap. Won't the phone wake you up if you do have a nap, Miguel? My dresses arrived from Shine today. 2 of them aren't too bad, but one of them's made for somebody about 6'6". I've got to cut about 5 inches off the bottom and turn it up. But the others I'll struggle with. I don't feel like turning up. The sewing machine's in the shed, so I would have to hand sew them. I'm just not in the humour. But one of them I'll have to turn it up because it's like I say, it's about at least 4 inches too long. But I need to go through my wardrobe because I've sort of got a little rule. You know, if I put anything in my wardrobe, something's got to come out. So I've got to make decisions if there's anything in the wardrobe I'm not going to wear. I'm such a hoarder. I'll wear anything. I had to get rid of piles and piles of things when before I moved here, and I keep thinking, oh yeah, I'll put that on. Oh, I don't have it anymore. And the thing was, what got me annoyed was like at the time the charity shops weren't taking anything in because of COVID. So all of my stuff kind of got wasted, whereas I could have took it to the charity shop. But it can't be helped. Texas inmate on the loose, and he's a murderer. Oh, you better keep your window shut. Keep your door closed, Miguel. You don't want anybody joining you. You've left the cattle on the lawn to mow the grass. You need to lend them to Kaz when she's not on yet. You need to lend Kaz a couple of cows or a sheep or something. Our grass is a bit big. Yeah, I had so many clothes when I lived in Prestwich that I just had to get rid of some of them, and I'm really sad because, like you, I liked my clothes and I wore every one of them. You know, I like to wear something different every day. I'm just my thing, isn't it? I like to not dress up, but I like to look nice. I'm not a sweatshirt and jeans kind of girl. And I definitely don't own any joggers. And I don't own a pair of jeans. I've not owned a pair of jeans for about 30 years. Everybody's got their own style. And I think if something makes you feel good, whatever it is, then do it. Yeah. It makes me feel good to put on something nice to wear. It's my way of sort of like showing I've not kind of given up, if you know what I'm saying. I do my hair. All right, it's not that clever anymore, but I do my hair, put my hair up every day. Put something nice on. I've always got my beads on. It's my way of showing I'm not old and defeated, if you know what I'm saying. But other people are different. Other people will just put sweatpants on and a t-shirt. But if that's the way that makes them happy, then um, I never sort of say, oh, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. My attitude is don't just get in a rut of just sticking old things on every day and looking like an old frump, you know. Um, my idea is do your best with yourself, yeah. Because it does affect you mentally. Um, you know, if you have a day where you don't get dressed and you stay in your night dress all day, I'm like, ooh, all day then, because I feel like dragged down. I feel depressed. I feel whatever if I don't make an effort. You hit the shower, put your clothes on, immediately I feel better. Yeah. I can't get the lighting right in the conservatory. It's very very light and very bright in there, but somehow the way the seats are facing, the light kind of um, isn't in the right direction. And no, I'm not advocating everybody gets dressed up, Miguel. I'm just saying it works for me. Um, if I'm feeling sort of not my best, whatever, feeling grotty, I'm in pain and stuff like that, I find if I do get a shower, do my hair, put something nice on, I do actually feel better about myself. Yeah, yeah. I always make my bed. Yeah, Always do, even though nobody actually sees it because I shut my bedroom door. But it's you spill bleach. Well, wear the same shirt then. You only spill bleach on the same shirt then. If you're going to keep spilling bleach on yourself. I had a friend like that. Every time before she went to work, she had to throw bleach down the toilet before she left. So it used to splatter back. So she got bleach stains on her trousers and her blouses and that. And I said to her, why don't you put bleach down the toilet before you get your best clothes on to go for work? Then you wouldn't be ruining all your clothes. You know, I have to put bleach down my toilet surreptitiously because my daughter-in-law's got something against putting bleach down the toilet for some reason. So I stick it down there when she's not looking. I like a bit of bleach all around the toilet, yeah. Keep it nice and clean. I mean, luckily we don't have hard water, so I don't get the lime scale. I can remember going to London for the first time. And I went to, well, it wasn't a friend's house. It was like a bed and breakfast type place. And I thought, oh my God, the toilet's disgusting. Really awful, all brown and horrible. And then I found out it wasn't dirt, it was like lime scale. Yeah, we don't have hard water, thankfully, Miguel. So, we don't have that problem. I mean, some people have problems. They have to buy new kettles, every so often. And the washing machines don't last long because of the lime scale and that in the water. Thankfully, we live in a soft water area, so I never have that problem. But I just thought this person was like a dirty person that hadn't cleaned a bathroom properly. But it's the hard water that stains everything. No, he's asking people to do the likes on this channel, John. The thumbs up bit, yeah. It kind of gets your profile lifted. Oh, yes, Shad. I know the feeling. We're all thinking about you. Yeah, if you have more likes on your channel, it lifts your profile up and gets it raised so that more people actually see you. Oh, your hen's feeling better. I didn't like to ask you about that because I thought, maybe she'd passed away because the other one did, didn't it, when she wasn't feeling well? I know you don't watch Lester anymore, but his 3 little ostrich chicks are doing very well. And apparently people who have ostriches are congratulating him on raising them because apparently they're very difficult to raise. Well, you're lucky. I keep getting comments that are links to pornography, so you're lucky. You're only getting links to say you to quit showing your chickens. I think I'd prefer somebody to say quit showing your wool rather than keep putting links onto pornography. I have to keep checking about 2 or 3 times a day and taking them and removing them. Because I don't want my people watching my videos looking at things like that in the comments. It's not nice. Yeah, they're always in a foreign language, aren't they? Yeah, they're not in English, mine. I mean, why do they think that people want to go and watch them? I have to keep removing them and reporting them. But they still come. I have about 2 or 3 every video I do. I get 2 or 3. I have to keep going, checking, whipping them off, whipping them off. I don't know what YouTube are doing because, you know, I keep reporting them, but they never get moved. Well, I move them, but, you know. I hope I've moved it, Lydia. I don't understand Spanish, Miguel, but I get the gist of what they're saying. You know, the odd words that crop up, and I think, that's pornography. It definitely doesn't say we like your crocheting. Yeah, I did move one, Lydia, off my video today. No, it was my lawn video, showing the shabby state of our lawn, thanks to the doggies. It's not exactly like Bowling Green or football pitch ready. It's looking very tatty, our lawn. Right, how do I get this on now? No, I can't do it yet. I've still got to keep. Yeah, I mean, if people want to watch that sort of thing, they'll find the channels on their own. I'm sure the people who watch mine, well, I'm not sure, but I would presume the people who watch my videos aren't the ones who would be watching that kind of thing anyway, unless you've all got secrets I don't know about. But you know what I mean? You know that why do they presume that we want to click on a link to something like that? I would like to think that people were just watching me videos because they like crocheting, knitting, crafting, or even just looking at the dogs. But you know, or the one who wants to cook your chickens. She's probably gone off onto somebody else now. Well, I've got two balls, one for each sleeve, so I'm just going to do my sleeves as long as I can. I don't think they'll be full length. I don't think I've got enough wool, yarn, whatever, left to do it. I just started doing a sleeve and I'm just going to see how far I get with one ball. Oh, oh, this is good. Yawning away here. And I haven't even had a painkiller. We all get strange comments. I've got one again. I know my video was dark, and I already said that it was dark, and I already apologised for it being dark. But then somebody put a comment on saying your video's dark and I can't hear you. Nobody else has any problem hearing me. I'm too polite to put on. Maybe you need a hearing aid, or maybe you should check your equipment. Put a bow in Monster's hair. Oh, you'd have to get some ribbon or get some little bows from the Dollar Tree or something when you go in next time. You know, they sell little hair bows, don't they, on elastics and things. You know, for babies and things. They sell them in the Dollar. Well, they sell them in our pound shops. I presume they sell them in Dollar Tree. You'll have to get her some little bows. Mind some babies, they tickle me. How the heck do they get the bow in their hair when they've got no hair? You've seen them all, haven't you? These little babies with little bows. They've got about 3 strands of hair with a bow on it. They must super glue them in. Lorna got a yarn from the pound to try and learn to crochet. I hope she does, whoever Lorna is. I hope she does manage to do crochet. The girls in my afternoon knit club, honest to goodness me, they're nearly all hopeless. We keep talking about making things for charity and there isn't one of them. Well, there is a few of them that can knit and crochet, but most of them can't now. Hello, Lulu. You wanted to be here early. Well, you need to set your clock. Says me, who misses everybody's line. Oh, she's come into the live, has she? Oh, do you know, Miguel, my brain's dead. If they're not here now, Well, tell her there's some fantastic videos on YouTube on learning how to crochet. I wish there had been videos when I was learning, because I learned from a book and it was terribly difficult to learn from a book. It would have been far easier to have learned from a video. I wanted to go to the singing thing this week, but I didn't want to leave the dogs for, a couple of hours. Maybe I'll go next week. Yeah, I learned from a learn to crochet book, and it wasn't very easy because it was just little diagrams. Trying to see where to put your hook off a diagram is not exactly easy, is it? Oh, I'm going to open my Crispies. Look what I got. Look what I got. It tickles me. It's Jack Daniels Tennessee whiskey, and then it says no sugar cola. I mean, if you're drinking Jack Daniels, mine, there's only 4%, I think. If you're drinking Jack Daniels, I don't think you'd be worried about the no sugar cola, would you? Nancy does send me invites to the meetup, but, they're never when I'm around, actually. Your invites are like in the afternoon, which would be morning here. And I'm usually pottering about doing other things. I'm not kind of glued to when I lived at the other place, I used to be more glued to the PC than I am now. But now there's like something going on in the house. I'm like here, there and everywhere. And especially when it's gorgeous weather, I'm either out in the garden or I've gone out. If I would have been out on my scooter, but, for the dogs. Yeah, or did I tell you they can't get the part for my scooter yet? They're waiting. So it sounds like they're repairing it. But they're having to put a new axle on because it's sheared off. But my son said there must have been a problem with the bearings or something. I don't know what he's talking about because I don't do mechanics, but he said there must have been a problem with one of the bearings for it to shear off like that. They phoned me up from the insurance company saying, what did I think of their pickup and delivery? I said, well, I wasn't really all that impressed. I said, if I hadn't have had a young man offer to bring me home in his car, I said, I would have been sat there for 3 hours. I said, well, I couldn't have been sat there because I couldn't sit on a scooter that only had 3 wheels and it was tipped over. I said, and there wasn't even a wall I could have sat on. I said, I'm not complaining, I said, but I said, somebody else could have been more disabled than I am. and kind of not able to move. A lot of people who use the scooters can't walk at all, you know, and I'm thinking, well, it's not very good service, 3 hours to sit and wait, because that's how long it took them to come and rescue my scooter. I mean, somebody else said, oh, they offered to send a taxi to pick me up and take me home. I said, well, they never offered me one. Could have been raining, could have been freezing. So she'd rung me up looking for verification and a wonderful glowing response, and she didn't get one. I hate doing those things. Every time you order from somewhere, you get an email, don't you? What did you think of our service? What did you think? I thought, for goodness sake, I've only ordered so many bowls of wool. I'm not going to tell you what I think of your service. You go to the doctors. What did you think of the service? I started not filling them in. I do fill in the comments, you know, when you buy things on eBay, because that does help if they get good reviews. Kaz is not on tonight, is she? She might be watching Eurovision. That's where Nathan is. What did he cook? Did he say? No, he didn't. And Chris hasn't said what he's cooking either. I know the feeling, Lou. My back is hurting today, so I'm not impressed. Not impressed with today at all. Luckily, it wasn't yesterday, because that was Friday the 13th, wasn't it? If I'd have had a bad back yesterday, I could have understood it, because I thought, oh, Friday the 13th. Sausage, egg, and cheddar. Ooh. I've not had sausage egg with cheddar. I've been having bacon and egg for my breakfast every day this week. Woo-hoo. You can't left your gift. Don't tell me it was a mouse. It's a good job that Enid's not on. She doesn't like mouse. If your cat left you a mousey. Yeah, I've been having only 2 rashers of bacon and 1 egg. Not been going crazy. Not been having a full English breakfast or anything like that. Just two small rashers of bacon and an egg is what I've been having. All mine was just an ordinary common garden bacon. It was what was in the fridge. They left 2 packs of bacon in the fridge, but I'll leave 1 pack for them, just in case they fancy bacon when they come back. They wouldn't bother if I ate the other. American bacon looks strange. It doesn't look like our bacon at all. I've only seen pictures of it, mind you, not tasted it or anything. But it doesn't look like our back bacon. Abner's hollering. Oh, you better go and see. There might be something prowling around. Trixie's snoring. And she's dreaming because she's twitching. I love it when dogs do that. You know, they're dreaming because they get the twitches, don't they? Buster used to run in his sleep. He used to go galloping off somewhere. And he'd be woof, 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 woof. Like he was chasing a squirrel or something. And his back legs would be going like that. And his eyes would be twitching like that. He always used to dream. It's funny when he used to lie at the side of me in bed. And he used to start, wake me up. Yeah, they're always running and chasing in the dreams, aren't they? Chasing a squirrel or something. Because of all the little woofy noises they make. This bag of crisps was a bag of dust. I think someone must have stepped on it. Yeah, my Buster was like that. His back legs had gone. He could still walk, but his back legs had gone. I mean, the day I had to put him to sleep, he couldn't move at all. His back legs just went completely. And he just looked so pathetic because he couldn't move at all. They were just dead, his legs. I thought, no, can't keep him. Before his back legs would go, and I'd sort of pick his back legs up and stand him back up again, and then he'd be fine. But on the day he had to be passed away, he just couldn't move at all. Well, that was a bag of crumbs. Yeah, fruit salad, a nice fresh grapes, apples, peaches, pears, oranges, bananas. You know, proper fruit salad, not the junk you get in a tin. I've got me a bendy straw. Oh, kiwi, yeah, I love kiwi. I always smile after I've eaten kiwi and you've got little black seeds stuck in your teeth. It's hard to eat a kiwi and not get, you know. Well, this is strange. Looks like somebody's mangled my arrow. When they come on supermarket deliveries. Ugly fruit? No, I don't think so. There might be in some of these kind of ethnic markets, there may be. I have heard of it, ugly fruit, but I've not actually ever tasted it, I think. Oh, I don't. That's the one fruit I don't like, Denise. I don't like pineapple. Never liked it from being a kid. Oh, bye, dear. I've got arrow, Chris. Arrow. I don't know why I just don't. I don't like pineapple and I don't like coconut. They're the only two things I really don't like. Oh, you're having a haircut. I hope you get a nice one. I haven't had my hair cut for a long, long time because the last few times I went, I get the hairdressers who don't listen. Yeah, Nathan's been in. He's watching the Eurovision Song Contest. He's sort of listening while he's watching that. You probably won't have heard of it in America, but it's been going for donkey's years. It's all countries from Europe all submit a song, and it's like a contest to see who wins. England never wins. No point. I don't watch part. I don't understand it. They're all yeah. Sound like a load of sheep. Ah, yeah. All arguing the toss over something. Would the Right Honourable such a body? We don't understand it, Miguel, and we live here. They all talk a load of gobbledygook. No, Parliament, when they're already in Parliament, it's to pass laws and things like that, and they debate things that have been happening, and they call each other names and stuff like that. No, it's not a play. It's live. It's real. It's politics. You probably have something similar in the White House. I don't like it when they all go here. It's a bit like they talk about legislation, they talk about laws that they're going to pass, and then most of the time they just argue amongst themselves. You know, the Labours are kind of calling the Conservatives, the Liberals are calling it. They're like a lot of big kids. I like it when it's televised and they go across and somebody's asleep. You think, we're paying you, we voted you into Parliament, and there you are asleep. We've got local elections in some parts of the country, but apparently where I live, they only have elections every 4 years. local election, not the big general election. But once they're in Parliament, they've already been voted into Parliament. Yeah, I did manage to go, because they didn't go till Thursday morning, so I did manage to go to Knit Club. And they're coming back on Tuesday evening, so I can still go to Knit Club, because Knit Club's on a Wednesday. I would have liked to have gone to church as well on the Wednesday evening, because they're having these like meetings where they're going to have talks by different people and that. But it's on a Wednesday evening, so it clashes with my Knit Club. Men in the group, we did have one in the afternoon one, but he started going to college, so he didn't come anymore. So there's no men in the evening group. They're not bad or anything like that, it's just that nobody's joined it. It's not a ladies only group, it's just that was Trixie snoring. It's in a pub as well in the afternoon, so thought maybe some men might join and have a pint, but nah. There's no restrictions, it's just that nobody joined. Hi, Isaac. I saw that your snake had shed its skin. You're looking very handsome, and I'll take your word for it. I wouldn't have thought handsome was a word I would use about a snake. Well, it's only like paper thin, the skin. It's not like you could make a handbag with it or anything. It's only like it when it sheds off, it's like a transparent almost. Got it framed in your bedroom. I bet they're a lot bigger now than the first one. Oh, my back. It's dustbin day on Tuesday before they come back. So I said to my son, how do I know which bin to put out? He said, oh, look at next door, they're always right. Yeah, I'm so glad YouTube don't throw thumbs down. I often wonder what the people who used to do the thumbs down are doing with the time. They must be really, really upset, don't they? That they can't do thumbs down anymore now. I bet they're like, oh. Because they won't put a comment, will they, Miguel? They just used to do thumbs down. Yeah, it must be really aggravated that they can't. Yeah, well, next door, that way, is the binfluencer in this street, yeah. Hi, Marianne. I'm doing a sleeve on a cardigan. Oh, thankfully, we don't have any snakes in our neighbourhood. I'd go mad if I saw a snake. No, I'm not into snakes. Don't mind them if they're over there in a tank, but I wouldn't want one. I always remember in Greece, we went to a Greek island, and my husband and my son stepped over this tree root, and I stepped over this tree root. And then, when you think, I thought, there's no tree. We've all three of us stepped over a tree root, and there's no tree. So I turned round to look to see this tree root snaking off the big thing it was. I said to me ex, I said, do you realise we've just all stepped over a massive, massive snake? And he went, no, we haven't, have we? I mean, my son wasn't that big then. I was thinking, oh my God, I'm subjecting my child to that. Oh. Snakes come in your chicken coop and eat the eggs. Oh my God, don't tell Miguel that he's got chickens. Oh. You have Miguel getting worried. I'm getting cold now. It's because the back door's open. If I get up, though, to close the back door, somebody will follow me. I think I'm going to have to do it. It's getting cold. Just one moment. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, my back didn't like all that walking. My back did not like that walking. I'm going to put me... Which way do I do it? It was a Christmas present this many years ago from my son. I plugged myself in. It's a shoulder warmer, in case you're wondering. It's not going to hit. Oh dear. It's cold here. Oh, the hawks came and killed your chickens. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, I know, Chris, what would we be without heating pads? Hot water bottles are just not the same, are they? This one's quite a swish, isn't it? Looks like I'm wearing a, I belong to Star Wars or something, don't I? The only thing about this I don't like is that the heating isn't in the collar bit. I would love the heating to have been in here. And then, you could really get warmed up. I need to fasten it, don't I? Keep it on. Not that it's going to fall off, but... Oh, it won't fasten. These plastic press studs never work. It's not clicking together at all. Oh, Chattanooga. There we are. I've managed to fasten a press stud. That means it won't fall off now. Not that there's any danger of it falling off, but you never know, you look. Right, carry on going. I'm crocheting a sleeve, if anybody wants to know what I'm crocheting. A sleeve. This one is, like I say, I just wish it had heat in the neck. It does sort of keep your neck warm, but I get a lot of pain in the back of my neck because of the spondylitis, yeah. Oh, gosh, Scotland's worse for midges, John. Don't know about Ireland, but Scotland. Certain places in Scotland, you get bitten to death with midges. I rarely get bitten by anything, but my ex-husband was like a magnet to midges. Used to find him and follow him. And what's a midge? It's like it's not a mosquito, but it's a little teeny. I think Canadians call them no-sees. They're little tiny flies, but they bite. But they're so small, that's why we call them a midgie. Yeah, I think the Canadians, like I said, they call them a no-see because you don't see them, but they're minute. Chiggers are bigger, aren't they? These are minute little things. You can't see them. They're like a flea sort of size, but they fly. And they fly in little swarm things, and you walk into them like a mist in Scotland, and they bite all your face and bite everywhere. I don't know what chiggers are, so yeah. I always imagined chiggers would be bigger. I don't know why. But Scotland is notorious for midges. You walk through clouds of them in certain parts of Scotland. I think they get attracted to stagnant water, a bit like a mosquito does. But they don't half bite. Yeah, they must be like a chigger then, but we call them a midgie. Not a midget, a midgie. They're probably the same thing, it's just we call them different names. Oh, our big dogs used to get ticks when they lived in Spain. Every time they went on a walk in Spain, my son had to do a chigger hunt. Not a chigger hunt, a tick hunt on the big dogs. I'm not saying we don't have them here, but we don't have them as often. Oh, that's nice. It's warming up my back and my neck. It doesn't go far enough down, though. It should go further down. Yeah, if she's been there a couple of hours, it's getting time for them to call you now. You'll have to have a late supper. Just grab a just grab a banana or an apple or something while you're waiting. My son got tested for Lyme disease once. He used to work at a sewerage plant, and there's lots of rats around there. And they can get in, a cut on your finger or something. But he didn't have Lyme disease, thankfully. There's another one, I think it's called Wheels disease or something that you can get from rats. What a lovely conversation, isn't it? Diseases you can get from rats. I used to see rats where I lived before from that dirty neighbour I had next door. They used to put bin bags of food outside in her garden. So we had rats. Never came in the house, and I never really saw them, but I knew they were there. Thank goodness I've moved away. They're nicer people around here. They don't put bin bags of rubbish out. No, I hate ticks. Yeah, people are. I mean, I was talking to one of the girls at Knit Club the other week, and she was saying one of her ex-neighbours was the same. They used to put the bin bags next to the bin. And she used to say, well, why don't they put them in the bin? Because the bin wasn't full. No, my ex-next door neighbour, she used to just leave bin bags everywhere. And then there was like shopping carts, half of a push bike, half of something else, a mattress and all sorts in her garden. And I'm like, who lives like that? But what tickled me was I heard the music one day, so I went upstairs to my bedroom window, the back bedroom window, to look out the window to see what was going on. And she'd cleared a space in between all these bin bags and everything, and she had a towel out and she was sunbathing in a bikini. And I'm like, how can you lie in the middle of all them bin bags and rubbish and broken bikes and shopping trolleys and lay out on a towel in your bikini? They probably don't, Miguel. I used to have a bin washer when I lived in Prestwich. He used to come round and wash out the bins. Yeah, mice are the same. Mice wee all the time, don't they? They've got no bladder control. Oh, my daughter-in-law's got a thing about sweet potatoes. I don't mind them now and again, but I don't want them all the time. Don't want them all the time. Bottle green or hunter green or whatever colour green it is. It's not a nice colour, is it? But it goes with the two dresses I've bought. One of the dresses that's come today, it was advertised as black and white. I mean, it's very nice now it's arrived, but it's navy blue and white. Not that I'm fussed, but you know, it would be nice if they'd have got the description right. You're going sweet potatoes in your garden. We've got no place to grow any vegetables. I'm just growing a teeny bit of salad, as you probably saw, and some herbs. You can nod off. What if you do? The phone will wake you up. Well, these two dogs have been sleeping for ages now, and they're going to sleep all the way through. And then when it's bedtime, they'll start running around and chasing a ball. And then I'll be like that, please settle down, because they'll come to life. I let them out for their last week, give them half of a dental stick. And then instead of settling down, they'll start charging round the house with a ball or something. They get their second wind. Oh, my sciatic nerve is twinging because it's going down both legs now. Oh, I love that sofa. I really do. I don't know how they can sit in it without getting backache. It just hit me in all the wrong spots. It reminds me when I used to drive. Every time we changed our car, I used to get terrible backache and leg ache and hip ache for about 2 weeks until my body got used to the car. How these people go on who get in different cars all the time, different vans and different things. Every day when they go to work, it's a different van. These like agency drivers. I'd be in constant agony. Temperatures run across my roof. And I swear blind they've got big welly boots because they don't half make a noise. The first time I wondered what on earth it was. My mum used to have a caravan or a trailer if you're in America, and it was next to the canal. And the ducks used to land on the roof and skid across. It frightened me to death the first time it happened because I didn't know what it was. It was my mum. She said, "Oh, it's the ducks. They don't fly that well, but they just fly a bit and then they land on your roof." But it's sort of like go across and slide across. You've got air conditioning. We don't need air conditioning. Open a window, open a door, and a draft goes through. There's not many houses in England who have air conditioning. Places like banks and have it and stuff. You can be boiling hot and you walk in the bank and then you start getting goose pimples while you're standing under the air conditioning. It's very rare in England it gets too warm. Oh, I don't like the bank. They're so snotty, aren't they? I don't have any ID, so whenever I go in, there's always a kerfuffle. Can't get my own money out, you know what I mean? I put an online order in, for Asda, and it's going like, you need to do authentication. So I had to get my phone out and log into the app or whatever to agree the payment. Well, perhaps she needed a lot of, perhaps there was a big queue, big girl. Perhaps she was like fourth in line or something. It was bad enough when I worked at Asda. Well, that's like Asda Walmart if you're in America. And I was on the chilled section. And then they brought in this ruling saying you're not allowed to wear your fleece on the shop floor. I said, oh, really? You tried dangling your arms over the chill section all day long without your fleece on? I don't think so. Oh, we don't have things like that in England. We don't have drive-through banking. You have to stand in a bloody great queue like everybody else. Try to find somewhere to park and then stand in a big queue. Especially when it was COVID and they only let them in one at a time. The queue was snaking down the blooming street. Oh, it's telling me I'm now live. It tickles me how many drive-throughs you've got. Are there really so many lazy people in America that never get out the car? I know we've got drive-through food here. Well, certain foods. But you have drive-through pharmacies, drive-through banks, drive-through whatevers. You'd be having a drive-through funeral parlour in a bit. Drop off your body at one end and collect your ashes at the other. Drive-through weddings. We do things the old-fashioned way in the UK. You have to get out of your car. Well, I can't either, Miguel, but we have to in the UK. We don't have drive-throughs. God, they have drive-through funerals and weddings. Oh, my God. What next? It's no wonder you've got people that are £600. They must never get off their backsides. Many Britain's getting as bad. We've got some heavyweights in Britain these days. The drive-through florist. Oh, my God. Trixie's snoring. You have drive-through everything, don't you? I don't want people viewing me as they whiz past in a car. I would like to think they would stop long enough to have a proper look at me. What do you do? Drive up and go, oh yeah, that's a air anti-flow, and then carry on driving. Drive through. What about drink and drive? I thought you weren't supposed to have liquor in your car. I know you're not supposed to have opened, but even so, it's a bit tempting, isn't it? Having a drive-through liquor. Do you have to pass a sobriety test on your way through the drive-through? Yeah, we don't have any laws like that, but I think they'd frown upon you having an open bottle in the front with you. It's not illegal to have unopened cans and bottles in the car, but I don't think it would be a good idea. But having a drive-through, I mean, it's sort of encouraging somebody to has had a drink already to think, oh, I've run out, I'll go and get some more. Drive? I'm sure there wouldn't be half as many obese people if they had to actually get out the car and go and get something instead of doing a drive-through or having a delivery. They should call these deliveroos like dial-a-weight games, shouldn't they? I mean, I have used them in the past when I've been desperate. I've used that Just Eat and Deliveroo, but it's not a regular thing. Has to be some reason. I mean, I used to use it a lot when I was at the other house because I didn't have a car. And the nearest takeaway was quite a distance away. Oh my God, a mass shooting. We have shootings here as well, and knives. What a knife crime. I don't know what's up with everybody these days. Not on. So many kiddies, 15, 16-year-old, being knifed to death. It was kind of never heard of when I was a kid. Well, I was thankful for a delivery today, even though it did cost me £3.95, but I couldn't have left the dogs. And I couldn't have gone to one of the big supermarkets because I would have had to leave my scooter outside. And it's quite a distance to get to one of the supermarkets, so I was glad they did deliveries today. Although I was a bit upset because they were offering Haagen-Dazs ice cream. There was 4 different flavours, only little mini tubs, and they didn't have them, so they didn't send me anything. And then they forgot my bread. So I've got 6 rolls now, 6, whatever you call them, baps, muffins, Bolton. I've got 6 of them. So I'll have to eke them out till they come back. They want a muffin or a bread when they come back. It's tough bunnies, isn't it? I don't know what time they're coming back. I think it's about 6 o'clock they're hoping to be back, so they'll have to get a takeaway. Yes, I mean, at one time you settled your arguments, didn't you, with a punch up, you know. But now, no, it's like 5 people against one. And they've got a knife and stuff, yeah. But it's getting as bad in England. I mean, at one time it was like, oh my God, it's America. Never happened here. But now, blooming heck, it is happening here. Don't know what the world's coming to. I grew up, well, just after the war. But we didn't go round with knives and start shooting anybody and knifing people. I mean, not me particularly, but some people just a little older than me grew up really deprived through the wars and stuff, and they didn't go around sticking a knife in somebody. You know, I wish they wouldn't keep blaming. Oh, they've had a bad upbringing. Oh, the single parent families. How many people after the war were single parent families through no fault of their own because their husband had been killed in the war? Yeah. There's no discipline these days, though. You know, teachers are not allowed to, like, scare the kids, let's just say. You know, when I was a kid, if your teacher told you something, you obeyed them. You didn't question it, you obeyed them. But now the teachers have got no jurisdiction whatsoever. Kids answer back, we're not scared of the teacher. They threaten them, do all sorts of things. We had respect, you know, respect for our teachers, respect for our elders. You didn't dare answer anybody elderly back. There is no respect these days. They promote violence. All the films today. Yeah, the kids have no consequence. They've got nothing to fear. Juvenile, they don't do anything. You know, they get caught stealing, doing whatever, they just get a smack on the hand. There's nothing. There's no sticking them in jail anymore because there's no room. You know, we didn't do a lot of things when I was younger because you were scared. You were scared of what would happen. You were scared of somebody telling your parents. But you see, there's no parental control either anymore. If my kid was out at 1 o'clock in the morning, I want to know where the heck he was. You know, my kid wouldn't have been roaming the streets 1 and 2 in the morning. Yeah, too many parents these days, sadly, just have kids and park them in front of the TV. They don't do anything with them. They don't even read to them. I'm not saying all parents. There are some good parents. But some parents just let the television bring the child up. I know it's not always easy because some people are single parents. But then again, like, even in my generation, somebody was single parent because after the war, their father had been killed in the war. You need to wash your hands. Right, okay. Oh, I had to clean up the garden this morning. My worst job, that. I hate poo picking, as I call it. With Buster, I used to do it all the time because you could find them because he was a big dog. But when you got a little dog that hides it in the grass, it's harder to pick it all up. Oh, my left leg's gone to sleep. I think he's just going to get him, Chris. But how did they get the gun in the first place? The gun must have been in the house, not securely locked away. An 11-year-old shouldn't have been able to find a gun. They're not mature enough. You can't find your glasses. Oh, look in the freezer, Miguel. Yeah. Kids just need a bit of attention and they don't think they're getting it these days. You know, their parents are glued to the iPhones and no time to talk to the kids. I was fortunate, really. I got brought up when my parents did actually talk to me, did things with me, even if it was only snakes and ladders. And I always got read to, before bed. Always had a story. Man, I did that with my son. From him being too small to know, I always read him a story. He had a story every night. Sometimes two if it was a short story. I wouldn't have dreamt of taking him up to bed and not reading to him. Because that's the way I was brought up. I always had a bedtime story. Unless it was really, really late or something or other. My parents had to go out or do something, but I would say 99.9% of the time, my parents took me up to bed and read me a story, tucked me in, said good night, give me a kiss. Whereas now, they just get parked upstairs, don't they, with some electronic device. Have you found your glasses then, Miguel? Poor little thing being called Monster. She's only a tiny little thing. Oh, my hips are hurting. Yeah, I think you need a routine, don't you, with kids? Yeah. Yeah. I'm not saying all parents are bad. Some parents are very good. You know, they do everything. They make sure their children have things to do, things to visit, places to go. But an awful lot of people let the TV parent their children these days. They just park them in front of the TV. Put the cartoons up on, sit them in front of the telly, and oh, my back. Oh, sorry, people. Hate to moan. Oh, I used to love walking in the clough. You know, that was at the bottom of my street. I was very, very sad when I had to stop going in because it was always a bit muddy and it was on, there weren't proper pathways. The pathways were just made of dirt and they used to get very, very muddy. And it was all on an incline. So I had to stop going in when my back got really too bad. I mean, at the end, I had to pay for a dog walker to take Buster out because I couldn't take him. And Buster did used to love the clough. When I was fit, we used to walk miles. You could go in the clough and you could get loads of places. It was a bit like a woodland. You know, you could walk probably 5 or 6 miles and, you know, just be in the woods. You wouldn't be near any roads or near any. You'd see people, obviously, because people used to be walking their dogs in there. But, you know, you were really in the countryside. I was always a mucky kid. There used to be a song, didn't there? Oh, you are a mucky kid, dirty as a dustbin lid. My mum used to sing that to me. Yeah, it's sad, Yvette, isn't it? I'm not against all devices, but I think there's a time and a place. Oh, kids should be. I remember seeing in the paper that some woman was suing this other woman. She'd sent her kid to a party and she'd gone in these designer boots or something, the pale pink designer boots. And this woman had let the kids play outside in the garden and she'd scuffed all the toes of these boots. And this woman was suing this other woman for the price of the boots. And I'm thinking, why send your kid to a party in a pair of designer boots that cost a fortune? They should be able to play out and scrape the toes of the shoes. You don't dress them up like fashion plates and expect them to sit there and do nothing. That's what kids are for, getting mucky. When my son was little, I practically had to get a hose pipe on him before I let him in the house. I remember one time he'd been out on his bike and all I could see was his eyes. He just like everything was full. He was full of mud, head to foot mud. So what happened to you? He said, I fell off my bike. I I made him sort of strip off to his underwear before I let him, you know, at the back door before I let him in the house. He was that dirty. And that wasn't just a one-off. That was quite often. But he was happy. I swear to God, sometimes it's a wonder I didn't, shower the wrong child, because he used to be that mucky. It could have been anybody's kid. I remember once he brought a kid to the back door with him. And I said to this kiddie, I said, "Oh my God, has your mother seen you?" And he went, "No." I said, "Well, you better come in and get a shower and I'll lend you some of Ian's clothes to go home in." And I put his clothes in a plastic bag and gave him to take home. I thought his mother would have had a fit and sent him home like that. He said, "We fell off and it were muddy." I said, "I think you went looking for it." It's like when they play football, isn't it? They're never happy unless they've slid through a patch of mud. It's part of the fun, isn't it, of playing football, is getting absolutely rank. But yeah, nothing. My connection is unstable. You're not joking. Looking at me freezing. Oh, kids. Kids are never happy unless they're dirty. Unless you've had your knees scrubbed with a scrubbing brush, you've never lived, have you? Because girls back in my day always wore a skirt or a dress. I used to want to be a boy so I could wear trousers. But even then, they used to only wear shorts. You never saw kids in long trousers. Yeah, you always had scabs all over your knees where you'd fallen, didn't you? You either had the sticking plaster on because you'd just done it, or you had a big scab on it where you'd done it ages. I always had a graze somewhere. If it wasn't me, my knee, it was my elbow. Or even the end of your nose when you used to fall flat on your face, didn't you? But we were happy. At least I was anyway. Oh, no, God, you had to wear your shorts in the winter and knee socks. But bear in mind, boys' shorts used to be down to the knees back in the day. We used to live near the co-op, which is like a small supermarket. And we used to go nearly every day for one of the great big boxes that held, like, Kellogg's cornflakes in. Huge big box. And they used to save them for my son. And he used to sit in them, and my dad had cut windows out, with a knife, cut windows and a door. And he'd play for hours, hours and hours in a cardboard box. It's like a cat, isn't it? You give a cat a cardboard box and it's happy for weeks. I had a cat that used to sit in shopping bags. Every time you left a shopping bag out when you'd been, doing your weekly shop, the cat would be beside it when you came back. He loved a bag or a box or something, anything he could sit in. Yeah, I've got a big scar across my knee. When I was a kid, some stupid bloke kid put a banger, that's a firework that bangs, in the hood of my coat. As it went off, I didn't realise it was in my hood. So I started running to get away from this banger and I ran straight into a barbed wire fence. Cut my leg wide open. I didn't go and have it stitched or anything, so I've still got a great big scar. Every time I go to hospital for something, they always say, "What operation did you have there?" I said, "I didn't, it was barbed wire." But you didn't go running to the hospital every time you had an accident. So naturally you got a scar because nothing was ever stitched or glued. You just got on with it and it healed up. Most kids have got scars somewhere. My son's got gravel in his leg under the skin from a motorbike accident. Oh, my back. I won't be staying on dead late tonight. I've done that much. At least I'm getting longer than a short sleeve, aren't I? I'm just worried it's wide enough. Oh yeah, it's not too bad. I'm winging it, you see, because it's the pattern's for short sleeves and this is for long. So it said increase every other row, but that was for a short sleeve. So I'm doing it every fourth. I was a bit worried it wouldn't be big enough, but it's quite stretchy. And I've still got some wool left so I can make it longer. So it is going to be a long sleeve almost. It's what I call it, a bottle green. But they call it, some people call it a forest green, a hunter green, or whatever green. Oh, I'm going to stop, but at least my thumb's not hurting. It was only cheap, this. It's just got like a warm pad there. I have another one somewhere that's got a magnet. But as I say, I can picture what it's in. It's in a bag. And it's got my compression gloves in it. And I don't know where it is. It's in the house somewhere. I'm not usually a lover of dark greens, but I bought two dresses and one of them is a dark green like that with big white flowers on it. And the other one is slightly paler than that with little lemon and white flowers on it. The dresses I got today, they're only cheap dresses, by the way, they're not expensive dresses. It should have been black and white, but it's actually navy and white. So, and I've got one white with pink flowers on, another one that's pale pink with flowers on. They're all full length, you know me, show nothing. And two of them have got long sleeves. So they're not actually summer dresses. The dresses I could wear later. You know, if I wear a full length underslip underneath and tights and a cardigan, you know, they'll see me in the winter as well. So, but the actual strappy dresses I really haven't had on yet because it's never been the weather. Even if I wore a cardigan, I'm still a bit chilly if you have just straps and a little top, you know. I'm more like this has got short sleeves in it somewhere, this dress. Velvet is not an ideal thing to wear when you have a dog that sheds. I picked her up before and I've got a navy blue velvet dress on. and it was just covered in hair. Excuse me. That's me Jack Daniels coming up to greet me. Oh dear. And I'm definitely not staying on late tonight because I've got to see to the dogs, let them out for the wheeze, give them the dental chews, try my best to get them to settle down. Yeah, oh, these are antiquified, but don't tell anybody I've had them a while. I've had this velvet dress about 15 years, but I love it. It's just a classic dress. It's just, you can wear it to go out and dress it up and dress it down, really. Yeah, I used to have a velvet painting with an aircraft on it. My ex-husband bought it, so I gave it him. Said, yeah, you might as well take it. And I was clearing off and putting different things on my wall. I told him to take it. Oh, dear. I'm really needing to take some painkillers. But as soon as I take my painkillers, that'll be me gone. You're waiting for your daughter's family coming over. You wanted to say hi. Well, hi, Crochet Me Pink. Because I'm got a bad back today. Hate to be moany groany. So I won't be staying on long anyway. So you won't be missing much tonight. Because I need my bed. I need my hot pad and I need my bed. I said the dogs let me sleep. Oh, please, dogs, let me sleep tonight. They're both absolutely out for the count. Trixie's asleep with her eyes open. And Rosie's dreaming because her little paws are going. Oh, sugar. I didn't swear, by the way, I said sugar. I hope I feel better as well, Lilithia. We're a pair of cripple things, aren't we, today? Yeah, my back's out. Yeah, no, I think you probably find them somewhere. They're probably in thrift stores somewhere, charity shops somewhere. You'd probably find a velvet painting somewhere. Oh, dear. Yeah, everybody had them at one time. Probably be the 70s, wouldn't it? Or the 80s, maybe, 70s. It's like those ones where you put little nails into it and you did like gold thread. Make those picture art things. They were all the rage about 70s, 80s, weren't they? My ex-husband made quite a few. You had to be so careful, put the nails in the right place, with the little gold tacks, didn't you? Put them in the right spot. Then you followed a chart, didn't you, where you wound it all. They're like 3D, weren't they? Well, maybe. I can't say it's the weather because it's been gorgeously warm. Usually when I'm bad like this, it's because it's wet and cold. When it's wet and cold, my back, oh gosh, it gives me such jip. But normally in the sunshine, I'm blaming the chairs. I don't sit in the conservatory as a rule because I don't find their sofa, I mean the recliners and everything, but I don't find them comfortable at all. They just hit me all in the wrong places with my back. If I say anything to my son, he'll say, well, what did you sit in there for? But it's so easy with the doggies to leave the door open. And, you know, let them go in and out. And I have to sit there to get off the garden. Because every time I look at Trixie, she's eating something. And every time I look at Rosie, she's digging a hole. Mind you, she's not been out for a walk. Because if I took Rosie, she would walk she would run along the side of the scooter. But she's very, very nervous and she gets all in a tizwas if she meets another dog. Now, they're used to her and they can deal with it, but I wouldn't know what to do. And also, I couldn't take Trixie because she can't walk that far with her leg, with the pins in it. So I would have to pick her up and she wouldn't sit still. She'd wriggling. So I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to talk. I was going along the seafront the other day and I stopped to talk to a big dog and he tried to get on the scooter with me. And she says, oh, he's used to that. He gets on the scooter sometimes with her, she said her aunt or mother or somebody. And when he's had enough walking, he gets on the scooter, sits on it and goes along. So he was trying to get on my scooter. It was like, I've had enough of this walking lark. Can I get on the scooter and go home? I remember taking Poppy out one time and she wasn't well. And I think she walked too far and she was tired and she was knackered and she was puffing and going slower and slower. And I thought, oh, God, I'm going to have to put her on the scooter soon if she doesn't make it home. Anyway, we had a little rest and then we walked slowly home. Anyway, she made it home. Because I was thinking, oh, my God, because she was a big dog. I don't know what it was, that Star Wars filming. No. It wasn't. I mean, there is a new film coming out, isn't there? They were interviewing that Ewan McGregor on TV the other day, whatever that is. And so I don't know whether that was part of it. I don't know. We'll see you later, Kelly. How I just design a book cover. Somebody posted in the older one. Oh, no, it says an hour ago. But at least it's not got nothing rude. It's just got a little heart. No, I've got no more rude ones on there. I don't know who that is, but they've put me a little heart, whoever it is. Well, I never got me £7,000. He never contacted me again. He did contact a friend of mine, though, with the same thing. So she said, oh, definitely a scam. He was called Dave Deham. But when you hit the profile went straight to an Asian gentleman that wasn't called Dave Deham at all. So obviously something a bit funny going on there. So sorry, people, I can't share 7,000 with you because I didn't get it. He said, I don't need your bank account details. I just want your address. And I'm like, no. Because they get your name, they get your address, and then you find there's a credit card been taken out in your name. I've heard all that before. No, thank you. Yeah. Oh, look at that. She's got her eyes wide open and she's snoring her head off here. Hello. What are you doing? What you doing, little girl? Going to come and say hello to everybody. Oh, God. You're a heavyweight girl. Oh, there she is. No, I don't want my face washing, thank you. No, sweetheart. There she is. There she is. Trixie Belle. Trixie Belle. It's time for her bedtime whittle. No, darling, I don't want to wash. Oh. She's heavy for her size. She's a heavy little lump. Aren't you? No, that's not the side where she's had her up. It's on the other side she's had her up. For something this little, she weighs a ton. She weighs a ton. My son calls her Rhino Rabbit. I call her Snuffle Pig. But she's actually called Trixie Belle. Oh, he's seen her, has he? Our Trixie Belle. Rhino Rabbit. Aren't you? Rhino Rabbit. Oh, you see, I don't see her as beautiful. She's not my kind of dog. I would have rather have had a bigger dog, I think. Look at these ears. Look at these ears. Look at these ears. Oh, oh my God, she's going potty. She's a licker. I think it's time she went out for a wee, so we shall say goodbye. Oh, look at that big mouth. Look at that big mouth. Look at that big mouth. Ugh. You haven't got the most pleasant breath in the world, Trixie. Right, well now Trixie's woken up and wants to go outside. I think I'd better say good night to you all. Thank you all for keeping me company. And we shall go out to the garden now and see whether certain somebody will do a whittle. So bye-bye, everybody.